All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig. You are through to the Combat Show. I've got my co-host waiting in the lobby. Thought I'd try it a different way because I knew we were running slightly late, and I'm just waiting for the fellas to give me the okay before I get them set up. So they are here. Let's give them a second. But I hope you guys are well. Please do stick a like on this video as we go on, and as I start to bring the boys onto the show, give them a welcome. First and foremost, let me bring on my co-host Ola. Say hello to the people, Ola.
Yeah, what's happening, people? Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is good. Salute to everybody that's watching. Shout out to you, love.
And also joining me today, of course, is our other co-host Will. Say hello to the people, Will.
Hello, people. Welcome. It's been a week. It's been a long week. We're back again.
Hey, you look like you've done about 15 rounds of your boy Wilder.
I'm just knackered. I had an early morning.
There's nothing wrong with your face because you were able to easily avoid his haymakers. But you're just now tired. I gotta give your boy a jab.
Okay.
I gotta give him a jab.
Okay.
I gotta give him a jab.
Okay, I see how we're starting now. It's a
tired
Nigerian
from
gang, right? He's a Nigerian
He's tired
gang,
of
right?
the moonwalking he's been doing, man. He's been moonwalking all up and down the bloody estate, man. Trust me. That boy tired for real.
You got people worried about you, Will. Look at this thing. Look at my man. It's like people are worried, like.
I know. I am
Yeah,
tired.
man.
I am tired.
That's because he's been eating that fake jollof, man. that fake jollof blood.
What's going on? We've just started the show, right? And everyone's just what's going on? What is this? The Nigerian tag team.
Listen, Ola's been taking this jollof battle into my Kuna Eli chats. Anyone that will listen.
He still eats Ghana jollof every week. Every week without fail. Just like me.
Oh man, but anyway.
She's watching by the way, Ola. She's watching by the way, so go on.
So she's watching, shout out Regina, man. You get me?
You don't want no smoke.
Yeah. No, boy. You fam, when my man goes, she's watching. You know, I don't want no smoke with no woman like that. You get me? So, nah, man. I just keep it pushing. Salute. Get me?
Yeah.
So I've got some ideas of what sort of things we're going to touch on. But if there's anything I miss out, you guys just interject, do what we're doing. So this is going to be a little freestyle fun show, but I hope you guys in the audience at least enjoy it. Once again, please do stick a like on this video. Numbers are growing. I have seen that. Thank you so much. We are moving. Let's continue doing that. So do subscribe if you haven't already. Let's talk about the past before we talk about the present and then the future. Let's talk about my man, Overeem, rolling back the years seemingly. Obviously, Overeem won this past weekend. We all picked wrong.
Yep.
Let's call that. Let's call that out loud.
Yeah, let's call it. You know what? I had a bad predictor. I was watching the fights and I thought, wow, I did not know anything at all. I did not know it because all my predictions must have been wrong. I think I only got 1 or 2 out of the whole card.
I can't remember all the ones that got right. We'll go through them and we'll see what we got right and what we didn't. Ola, what was your kind of impression of that main event?
What Harris looked good the first minute, first couple minutes of the fight.
First round.
First round, yeah. First round, I thought a solid round.
I'll say from when Overeem endured the whole barrage, you know what I mean? 'Cause I didn't think he was gonna do it, but like he just endured the whole thing. And that's experience. That comes with experience. Overeem has been active. What Harris is, shout out to him and his family for what he's had to go through. with with the death of his daughter, and going through the whole trial of, the getting justice for his daughter and all of that. So I thought even making it to the octagon in itself, like all the commentators said, and everybody that was affiliated with the whole fight, they all gave him props just even making it to the octagon in itself, But putting that aside, we're in the fight business, we're in the fight game, and Overeem did say, "I'm not going to take it easy on him. We're here to fight."
He did.
The man had my respect. The man has my respect, but he says, "You know what? I'm not going to take it easy on him. We're here to fight, and we're gonna fight properly." Right? In your eyes, you might think Overeem took it easy with him. I don't think he did. I think he tagged him genuinely. I think War Harris, he went in too hard. He was overzealous, and didn't pick his shot right. I don't know. You just never know the state of mind of these fighters. But he thought probably, a lot of people have been dropping over him and finishing him. So he might have thought, you know what, this is my chance. Dropped him. I'm going to just engage and finish on him. I mean, the same. One of the other guys that done exactly the same thing on the Wednesday card, the main event, was Anthony Smith, and he ended up picking his tooth off the floor and giving it to the ref because he unloaded in the first round on Glover Teixeira, didn't put him away, and he expended a lot of energy doing it. So I think that's what happened with Harris there. But like I said, we know Overeem has been the most active guy. I don't think this guy has been in the octagon for like 18 months. And you could really tell on the gas tank after the first round. So, Overeem does what he did, and the ref had to stop the fight. I thought it was a good stoppage. People didn't really want to, they said maybe he had a chance. I didn't think he had a chance. I thought it was a chance. Yeah, so I thought it was a good stoppage, and good win for Overeem.
Okay. Will, what was your impression of the fight?
Just like Ola said, apart from the end, I thought Overeem could have, with that position that Overeem was in, Overeem could have really, really, really hurt him. And he didn't. You could tell he was taking a bit off. Like he was wanting, when Khabib was saying, "Come on, give up now. Kind of felt like that, a little bit like that, because of everything that was going on. And you knew he wasn't going to give up. The ref had to stop it. It was one of them ones where Overeem didn't want to hurt him. Overeem was just trying to just make the ref stop it. That's how I felt. Overeem was just hitting him with arm punches. There wasn't nothing on it, because if there was something, would have. It's heavyweights, and you can't put someone down in that position and not knock him out. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like Overeem gave respect, a fighter's respect sort of thing, a fighter's finish.
Yeah, that was kind of my overall take, and to be honest, I agree with you as well. I feel like, Alistair Overeem, if you really wanted to, I think could have really gone ham, and I think towards the end of that fight, I think he took it easy, to be honest.
So you guys thought he took it easy?
I did. I honestly did. I felt like he was pulling his punches towards the end, to be honest. And
you would.
It's understandable. It's human. It's a human thing.
Anyone would.
It's a human.
We're not disrespecting him. We're not saying like he didn't do what he was meant to do. We're saying he felt sorry for the occasion as well. The emotions got to him.
It's such a tragic.
Fair enough. If you know what I mean. If that's what you guys thought, and I respect it.
What we're trying to say is, Overeem could have hurt him way worse in that position. He could have hurt him way worse than what he was doing. Flat on his stomach, flattened him out. Can't get anywhere out. Can't defend himself. He could have done way more damage.
I thought Overeem did what he had to do to get him out of there.
That's what I'm saying. He did enough for the ref to. He could have ended the fight.
That's not taking it easy on him. Taking it easy on him will allow him to stand back up again. You know what I mean? That's not taking it easy on him. He's trying to get him out of there.
Okay, all right.
Of course, I understand.
Right. I get your point.
So
I get your point.
he tried to get him out of there. He was doing what he had to do to get the ref to get him off of him.
Okay,
You know, and there's
let
some
this
people
dog,
that
let this bone go. Okay, let this bone go.
no,
I'll let you have
you're
this
the
one.
one holding
Okay,
on to the bone, man. Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
will
man.
let you have this one.
You got to. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because I'm thinking about the integrity of the fighters, man. You know what I mean? And I think he did what he had to do to get the fight stopped.
And we get where you're coming from. What we're trying to say is we can see the humanly side of Overeem as well. As much as you like to see only the fighter's side, the fighter's respect, fighter's integrity, fights all of that.
They're in the cage until the fight stopped. Well, I didn't. Not until the fight was stopped.
Do you think Khabib could have broken Michael Johnson's arm?
On that armbar, yeah, he could have if he wanted to.
And so what did he do? What did he do then?
The ref he tapped out. The ref had to stop the fight.
He didn't tap. He didn't tap. Michael Johnson never tapped. Michael Johnson never tapped.
He tapped out.
Michael Johnson never tapped. He never tapped.
Right.
Never tapped.
Okay.
Okay.
He just let him go and let him back up.
You know, it's like a lion.
He just let him go and let him back up, innit?
You know when you see the hyenas tap a lion and the lion don't say nothing. It's like that. You know what damage you can do. You don't need to prove it to the hyena that look, I will fuck you up. You just know what you could do. You just leave it. Like, you know what? I'll just keep you here, okay? We'll just leave it here, or else this could be, man.
I'm just trying to say, you know, Overeem went in there, did his job as he's supposed to do it until the ref stopped it. And when the ref stopped it, that's when you saw the human side, because he went to kneel by him, he gave him a hug, you know what I mean? He spoke some words to him. All that human side came after he TKO'd him. That's all I'm trying to say. There's nothing more to it. You're just trying to make more out of it because you saw the human side while Overeem was
giving you this bone.
Overeem was being a professional fighter. That's it.
Well, so first of all, I'm here, brother. These two argue all the time. What do you want me to
tell Chig to wake up?
Why is there always that one person that feels like just to capture my attention, I'm going to be a grade A dick? All right, you got your attention now. I'm awake.
So anyway,
my attention's now on you. My attention's now on you. Are you satisfied? I'm awake now. Prick.
Shout out to Mala Malumba. Wagwan Chig.
You're an idiot.
Shout out to that brother Mala Malumba, Bridge.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
See what I'm saying about Ola? See what you got to deal with when you see? It's not easy, you know. It's not easy.
You lot just argue about like just the most random stuff. I did not expect that one to be an argument.
Because he's hard-headed and I'm hard-headed too.
But anyway. Oh, do you know what? This dickhead's pissing me off. There you go. You still satisfied I'm sleeping? Fool. Anyway.
Great question by Gunnar Terry there.
So Mr. Gunnar Terry, big up to him. At some point I will get him on good. At some point I'll get him on this. He's a big fan of boxing and MMA as well. He goes, if you have three, I mean we weren't going to do questions right now, but fuck it, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, go
let's
for it.
Let's just interject one. If you three were Dana White right now, and could make any fight, what would it be?
I know what Ola's gonna go for. I know exactly what fight.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Actually, it changed this morning. It changed this morning.
I know why it changed this morning, but go on. Yes, people. It's been mentioned in the room.
Man.
We will talk about that fight as well. We're gonna really dissect that one.
I can't believe. Oh man! All right. Let's get it.
Go on.
You go first.
Yeah, we'll do one fight.
Go first.
We'll do one fight and we'll do it in a circle.
Let Ola go first. His is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Go on.
Ola, start.
Okay.
Ola, go on.
If I could make one fight, and the proof is in the no. If I could make one fight,
Perry,
it would be Conor versus Masvidal. If I could put one fight together right now,
You murderer.
that
You
makes
murderer.
that makes the most sense for both fighters and for the UFC. I think that's the fight. That's the fight that I would make and get both parties to put signatures on the dotted line. So yeah, if there was one fight that I could make right now, it'll be that fight.
Okay.
Oh, I bet you didn't see that one coming.
I must admit I didn't. All right then. Go on then, Will. Shock me.
Ngannou, John Jones.
Okay.
That's what I want to see.
Definitely would,
Ngannou,
man.
John
I
Jones.
knew one of you would mention it. I actually thought it'd be Ola, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he changed his mind this morning.
You're
He's
such
lucky,
a
though.
dickhead, man. You're a
He's
dickhead.
lucky.
Man.
He's lucky. He moonwalked. You see, he calls me the king of moonwalking. Yeah. Today he rang me to say, "I've got a moonwalk from this bet." You know. I've got a
No,
moonwalk from this bet. I've got a moonwalk from this bet.
I didn't quite
I'm
say
happy
it like
you
that.
didn't take the bet. But before we even talk about, I've got a moonwalk from it. I know I said all I said, but now I'm unsaying what I said. I said, "Whoa, wait, hang on a minute. What have you seen? Talk to me. Enlighten me." You've heard the rest, Chig, haven't you? You've heard the rest, so we'll leave it there.
And these two will know what I mean when I say this. Mike Perry versus Michael J. White. Book it. Dana, book it. Book it. Book it.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I think Perry would.
You need to wash your mouth up, man. Don't even finish that sentence.
The only thing
man.
is, Michael J. White, what is he, mid-50s now?
That's what I'm saying.
sit
All I
down,
don't
bro.
understand the age factor.
No. I'm not talking
He's
about
talking stuff based on a few years ago, you know. Not now. He ain't training with him now.
And he's an actor, bro. Remember this. I
Yeah.
don't give a damn.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I
know he's well schooled. I know he's well schooled. I know he is.
He's well schooled.
But he's an actor, bro.
But he's old. He's old. That's my thing is he's old. I'm not disrespecting the skill. Because Chuck Liddell will come and stand there and say something to Mike Perry, and I'll say Mike Perry would done.
Did anybody hear about Chuck Liddell knocking 5 people out this morning and got arrested for it? Just
it must have been staged. Do you see how slow Chuck Liddell throws a punch? Now?
So
you mentioned it now. Staged. Front and center. Roll with the story.
Yeah.
So how is it staged? This man went out on the look. It's on the BJ painting. They're all doing it. They're all at it. You know what I mean? And they all tried it with him. And he just
so basically people in a bar just decided, let's try it.
Yeah, that's that. You know, Chuck Liddell. You know, without even looking. I mean, just looking at the guy, he looks like a bar brawler. Anyways, you know what I mean? But we know the amount of finishes he has to his record. And there's one thing with fighters: the power is what leaves you last. Yeah, you might go, you might be slow, you might lose the edge on reflexes and all of that. The power is the last thing that leaves you. And Mike Tyson is a proof of that.
That guys must have been really, really drunk then. Yeah, that guys must have been really, really drunk.
You could say Mike Tyson is 54, he's 53, he's 50 this. Yeah? But I bet you won't stand in front of him just because it's 50.
No, listen. Listen. Tyson is fast, yeah. I watched Chuck Liddell fight Tito Ortiz not so long ago.
I'm not talking about Michael J. White. I'm talking about 2 professional fighters that's in their 50s. And I'm saying they got the ability to put people out. Standard people. They got the ability. They know what to do to put standard people out. They will put man out. That's how they do it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Why is a standard person compared to?
I said,
you see your argument you're making.
Did I not just say? No, but we're talking about Chuck Liddell. You just told me to tell the story about Chuck Liddell.
You tongue twisted,
right?
You tongue twisted.
No. I'm talking about what Chig said to talk about, which is what I'm trying to say. That Chuck Liddell, right? That guy got the ability. He still has it to knock normal people out. Yeah, that's not in the field. That's not in that industry. Yeah, but when you look at someone like Mike Tyson coming back from whatever age, same thing. You know what I mean? You wouldn't stand in front of T.I. He called T.I. a tipster in front of him. That boy been talking trash to Floyd Mayweather back and forth. But I guarantee you, he ain't talking trash to Mike Tyson.
Listen. I would never stand
because
in front
you
of
know
Chuck
what
Liddell.
that boy they can do.
Listen. I would stand in front of Chuck Liddell and do anything, yeah. But someone who could fight would, because watching him against Tito Ortiz and how slow his punches came out, it was just how slow he moved. I thought this guy, and even after that, yeah, Dana was like, look at how Dana went in on De La Hoya, saying about, look, this is terrible. Look at the man. He's like an old man in the ring. He can't even swing, or this is down the front. Dana went in, was disgusted by it because of how Chuck fought. So judging from that, I thought, I can't see this. I could never see this Chuck doing this to anyone else. But you said he knocked out 4 people. My first reaction was, from watching what I watched, that might be staged. Because not lately, people stage stuff. They stage so many stuff, you don't even know which one is or which one isn't.
I went there, you went there. There's no other way to verify it.
That's what I'm saying. That's my first reaction.
Just going with the news. It's just the news that came out today. So
just me personally, either the people were drunk, really, really, really drunk, which they were at a bar, so an American bar as well, so very, very highly questionable that they were drunk, and he knocked them out.
I'm just saying, he's still got the skills and talent to do that, to stand up to normal people.
He's just slow. He's got the skills. He's just slow.
All right. Before we move on to Barboza, Archie trying to dictate my team. Let's talk about my girl, Claudia, bumping a win. And I know it was a bump of a win against Angela Hill. Just about narrowly.
I'm so pissed off.
There were a couple of fuck ups last Saturday. This was one of them. What do you think about this fight?
Did you see overkill? Go, Will. I know you see the same thing. I know you see the same thing.
This skin.
I saw that, Esther. I saw that. It was a brilliant impression. This skin.
It's just this beautiful face. It'll be all right. Tomorrow it'll be all right. Look at this beautiful face, beautiful skin. Get the fuck out of here. You got to beat the fuck up. Yeah. And the funny thing is as well, right? She was rocking her as well. She was beating Angela up in the first round. She was rocking her every time she was tagging her.
Yeah.
And then Angela came back. When she got cut, it was like, I don't want to fight. I'm just surviving now. You come close to me for a punch.
Yeah.
You come close to me, I'm
This is the problem.
Come close to me, I'm for a punch.
This is the problem, and I'm going to say something very controversial here. But Will like it because he likes controversial stuff, right?
Yeah,
this is where something like that does not bode well when it comes to pretty women fighting, because she acted like a typical pretty woman, and I love her. You guys know this, but we just have to be real here. She fought like a pretty girl. She was winning the fight, like you lot say, then got caught up, and probably she was just having nightmares about what kind of lasting scar this will leave on her. Maybe she has dreams of being a model after or whatever. And then after that, because Angela don't give a fuck. Angela is basically the Michael Johnson of the division. She's the Michael Johnson of the division, and she started taking over the fight. And like you say, to be honest, I thought she was cheated. Even I can be real enough to say that. She was cheated out of that win. I looked at that fight and I thought, wow, okay.
Don't you think this is funny, right? Don't you think this is funny? Because you said something that's not like, that's taking me back to a certain fight, one of our favorite fights that we Joanna, Zach. What's the two similarities that them two have?
Yeah. That
model lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like that whole lifestyle of entertainment.
I was going to say, I like your words there. Model lifestyle, because not necessarily model looks.
Yeah.
Model lifestyle, yes.
Lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? Them two are kind of similar. And as soon as they got cut up or anything like that. Their whole instinct was money, 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 money. Because next week, or I might be at a photo shoot getting money from this designer or that. Do you get what I mean? It just felt like that. So, and Paige, how many times has Paige done?
Bro, this is the thing. For me, she's pretty. I don't take Paige seriously. I don't. Every time Ola asks me even something about her, I'm just like, oh, okay. She got a fight then. Okay.
Oh yeah, she's fighting real soon as well.
She's a model who's got some skill. That's the way I look at Paige. I don't look at her as a fighter.
She was good though before this whole.
No, she was. She was. And then she went on a little loser streak.
She beat Rachel Ostovich with a broken arm, blood. She beat Rachel Ostovich with a broken arm.
She's a model,
and I know how tough Rachel Ostovich is as well. You know what I mean? She's proper tough, and that's why she got the contract as well to be on the on the UFC.
Don't try it. She's also very good looking, which is why she also got the contract.
I don't want to put just her looks on why she got the contract. That woman can bloody fight. You know what I mean?
That's one pretty girl that actually can fight. I agree.
That woman can fight.
I agree with. Yes.
I mean, the weigh-ins are always interesting. I can't lie about that. You get me? Like, the low.
And listen, I don't hate on Paige. Do what you're doing. Like, if you ever see her Instagram, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's got a hubby involved as well. These lot are basically naked in most of their Insta. Listen, power to you. If it works for you.
Yeah, but even before the hubby, it was still like it was even UFC were helping sometimes.
Yeah, of course. She knows
lifestyle.
what she's got. She knows what she is. She ain't winning that title. So she probably makes more than Zhang anyway. So she might as well keep doing what she's doing.
The one person that knows what she's got, that don't care about what she's got, and she's gonna come back and put beating on a few people. Is Todd Groves right here? You get me? She's gonna come back, put a beating on some of them people there in that division. I can't wait for her to come back. Actually,
you're a big fan of Todd Groves. I just remembered that.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I fucks with her.
Ask him who would he take? Todd Groves versus Zhang. Ask him.
Go ahead. Todd Groves Zhang. Who would you pick?
Ask him how much money did he make? Yeah, from Joanna Todd Groves too. Ask him, because I took 20 quid from that. I can't remember him taking, but Todd Groves is his fighter. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying by it?
I think she's got the style potentially. She's got the style to be Zhang. Whether she has the temperament is another question.
I think she'll be Zhang. I think she would.
I do think she's got the style.
That's why I can't wait till she comes back. And the division is stacked. That's one division that's really stacked. There's a lot of good fighters in there. I just can't wait till some of these contenders are back. Obviously, she's got that second fight with Andrade, and once she gets that out of the way, I think she's right in contention to talk to Zhang and see where they can go with that fight. So definitely can't wait to see Todd Groves back in the octagon. But for me, I mean, like the question you asked, you kind of answered it for me. Even though I still say I'm still educating myself about Zhang. Every show she puts on, she's showing me something. And Todd Groves is going to be a big test. It's going to be a big test. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I think Rose, like you said, got the skills to win it. Will she win it? I'm not sure how much she can handle power.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think she's definitely got style. She's capable. I wouldn't put it this way. I wouldn't take a bet on this. If she's very capable of beating her.
I watched the other day.
It's the chin.
I actually watched Rose versus what's that girl who beat the Polish girl who beat her?
Who beat Rose?
Yeah, Carolina.
Yeah. He's lost every fight since.
Yeah, no. But I thought Rose won it. Watching the fight, I was wondering what the hell was the judges watching? Like, what were they watching?
Yeah,
I thought Rose won it. Rose got in the last round. Like that, but even still, Rose,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Carolina was.
I'm a clown. Look at Ola's fat.
What?
And I said, "Oh yeah, you're Rose fan, aren't you?" I just seen the
Yeah.
damn hat. I just seen the hat. When you went like that, I was able
Yeah,
to
man.
look at it properly.
Yeah, man. We got official around here, man. We got official, man. You get me?
There we go.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
but I still feel like Rose is for me, she's a true champion. For me. I don't care what you guys say about her chin. I'm a true champion. She's tough, man. She's really, really tough.
It'll be interesting to see if she comes back. If Dana decides just to put her in with Zhang. It'll be interesting because I don't think Joanna. I think Joanna will be gone for a little while. So, and I know he has a soft spot for Rose, and this is another good-looking girl that can fight. By the way, I forgot about Rose. Right? You might decide, all right, let's give Zhang another challenger. I'll book her against Rose and go from there. But is she stuck in China? I don't know. Has she gone back to China now?
Yeah.
She might be. She might have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there might be problems getting her back out.
I think that you could fly out in China. You know, I think you can.
I don't know if America is allowing Chinese people to come in yet. That's the only thing I would say. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see that fight if it ever does happen. Like I said, I give Rose a good chance. A good chance, actually, a good chance of winning.
Yeah, it's just, same here. I do as well.
Because I think she's much faster than Zhang. It's just how if Zhang catches her, how is she going to hold that shot? I don't know, but we'll see. All right, let's talk.
A question.
Go on.
Go on.
No.
Go on. No, go on.
No, you
I
can't.
was going to talk about.
No, Archie, you may not.
What Archie desperately wants us to talk about, and that is the Barboza fight against Dan or Egg, or however you say that.
Dan Ige.
Is he Nigerian?
No.
Well,
He's Hawaiian.
I can't even picture his face.
He's Hawaiian, like Max.
Hawaiian brother, yeah. Like Max Holloway, man. Them neck of the woods there. But yeah, man, proper fighter still. But I thought Barboza was robbed. I thought he came in good. He looked phenomenal. For featherweight, I did not think to cut weight and look in the shape that it was in. It looked phenomenal. Ige is a tough. What?
No,
Ige is a tough. Ige is a tough son of a gun, and we know when it comes in with full power. Is a fighter that hits hard. But Barboza started coming with them leg kicks, man. He was touching him up with them leg kicks, especially the second and the third round. Again, I think Barboza lost the first round, and I think he came back and won the second and the third. For them to give it to Ige, I thought that was robbery. But I can kind of understand why they'd give that to him. But for me, I don't think. I personally don't think Ige won that fight. What did you think, Will?
It's a tough one because I agree with you guys, but sometimes as well, judges kind of always go with how the fight ends, kind of thing. And for the last 30 seconds to maybe a minute of it, he didn't look great, did he? Edson Barboza on the ground, getting ground and pounded just before the bell went for the whole bout. Yeah. So imagine what you remember is him losing the first round and then it ending with that.
That's why I said I can understand why they gave it to him, but I still don't think. When you look at the grand scheme of the whole fight.
Yeah. You're right. You're very right. I go with Ola. I go with Ola as well. I just wanted to elaborate on the fact that how the fight ended did not look great for Barboza. Yeah, that's what made it look, and then how it started as well. Because the judges will remember one thing, like if maybe let's just say if you're too engrossed in the action and you forget certain things, you just think, how did the first round go? He won, and then right now he's just beat. So we'll give him round 1 and round 2. Like if you're so engrossed and you don't really, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like Ige got it on the spectacle of it being a very, very interesting fight, and the judges were too engrossed to actually realize what actually happened. personally. So I'd say he get going on that.
Well, Barboza, I know is kicking up a lot of fuss. I expect him to. I expect her to because expect him to because I know prior to this fight he was talking about wanting to be released from his UFC contract.
Whoa.
Now he's talking
I was
about.
shocked to see. Yeah, I was shocked to see him go take. You know what I mean? Go to take a weight cut.
Yeah,
and it's so dread psychologically for a fighter when you lose a couple fights in a row in your normal division, you take a weight cut, go down, and then lose again. It's the most demoralizing thing, and to lose it in the way that he lost it, because it was stolen from him. In my opinion, I think that ate him up really good. I'm not sure how he comes back from this. Is a fighter that I would still want to see in the UFC.
To be fair, even Dana thought that he won that fight. Dana thought he won.
Yeah. You know, shout out to Uncle Dana as well, man. You know what I mean?
You know, Dana's gonna throw him a sweetener
us.
now. Dana's gonna throw him a sweetener now. He's gonna give him an easy fight. Watch.
By the way, I do think Pacino is right. I think if the one person that potentially could beat her, outside of Joe, is Tatiana's so good. She's so good. About her. Just needs to stop being injured.
That's Ola's main girl. That's
I love her.
My people.
She's also my girl. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
That's Ola's main girl.
Yeah, you get me. Like
I forgot about her. Tatiana.
That's another pretty girl that can fight. I just realized that as well.
Yeah. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
She's like the Khabib, baby. She's like the female Khabib. She's like the female Khabib, ain't she?
Oh, when you put it like that, God, I'll drink to that. When you put it like that.
No, yeah, she's so good, undefeated. I think people believe she'll be champ eventually. She's really nice. She's really nice on Twitter as well. She responds.
Oh yeah,
she
engages, man. She engages, man.
She's
You know
cool,
what I mean?
She's cool.
Yeah. Man.
And yeah, she's the only one that I think potentially has the ability to beat Zhang, because it'll be interesting to see what sort of ground game Zhang has, because we don't know.
I like her too. I really like Ola put me up on her, and then I watched her and I thought,
Josh, she's very
tough.
good. She's very good.
She's tough. And I didn't think I did not think of her as strawweight. I was thinking if she grows bigger, she could give Nunes a problem.
I just was thinking the same thing. She's got the frame to go up.
She dominated everyone in the Ultimate Fighter, man. I mean, every single girl that they put in front of her, she just ragdolled everyone to win the tournament in when it was a year. I think that was like 2016, 2017, and she was in that class, and she just ragdolled everyone in that. That was in her weight class. And she went into the final.
Yeah. She's the sort of person that you feel like she can actually really, really bang with. She can stand and bang with Nunes, and if it goes to the ground as well,
the power. She's got the power.
If it goes to the ground as well, it's like, okay, we can match up down here too.
I wouldn't want her to go to 45 though. 35 would be interesting.
Obviously, wait, calm down.
35
one step at a time.
Yeah.
Just because Amanda defended 45 don't mean she can't defend 35. Come on.
Actually, for me, the more interesting fight is Valentina.
No.
Valentina is an interesting fight for her.
Don't wish no.
Valentina is an interesting. I think that's stylistically. I think that is an interesting fight.
I like Tatiana.
I think that's an interesting fight. I do.
I like Tatiana, but
even if I don't think she can. I don't think she can. But even if Felicia Spencer could cut weight, that'd be a good wrestling type of fight. Tatiana and Alicia.
Oh, you know.
I don't
now you just
like Tatiana putting on 30 pounds, going all the way to 45. I think if she 35 max, but 115, 125. Excuse me, she could easily do that for sure.
I don't want it to. I wanted to skip 125 though. I just want. I don't know. I like Tatiana. I like what's her name? Shevchenko. I just don't want to. No, man.
You just don't want to choose. That's basically what you're saying.
No, but I look. Listen, Shevchenko will probably murderer.
I noticed Ola stayed quiet. I think he gives Tatiana a chance.
I don't know about that, man. I don't think
think he gives her a
Shevchenko runs.
chance.
I don't think Shevchenko runs through the way you're thinking is going to happen.
Me
man.
too. I'm with Ola here. I'm with Ola here. I love Valentina.
Bro,
I think that will take her a minute to figure out.
This girl is an Olympic level wrestler, yeah. And I'm telling you right now, she will do the same thing, almost the same thing, what Nunes did in Shevchenko Nunes too.
Fam.
Just keep her down there.
Let me tell you something.
Just keep her down there.
Listen. From steady Shevchenko, yeah. You notice Shevchenko, every fight she's won, yeah. Maybe apart from the last one, every fight she's won, yeah. She's won it by beating the person at their own style. I call her the female John Jones for a reason, yeah. She's beat them at their own style. Juliana Pena, remember? Ooh, she might struggle with her jiu-jitsu. What did she do to her? She made Juliana Pena tap. Yeah, absolutely dominated her on the ground.
Look,
do
not for 1 minute.
Juliana Pena
hold on. You see, before you start jumping off the cliff, yeah. Don't for 1 minute think me and Chig here is kind of trying to disrespect Shevchenko in every way. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Cause we fuck with Valentina as well.
I think Valentina wins, but I don't think as easily as you.
It's not a walk in the park.
I don't want to see it. That's why I don't want to see.
You're saying Valentina murders her.
No,
you said Valentina murders her.
No,
that was your words. You said
no.
Chig, is that not what you said? You did not say Valentina murders her. What are you talking about? You can't say Valentina murders Tatiana, man. Come on, man.
Chig's ultimately saying, no matter, all right, whether it's a murder or not, he sees Valentina winning, and I'm saying,
you see, I keep telling you about some of them words that you use for fighters, yeah. All right, talking about fighters are scared, and for you know what I mean, someone's gonna murder someone.
No. I'm scared for her. She's not scared. No. She's not scared. I'm scared for her. There's a big difference. She's not scared. She'll probably
stop talking about murder, blood. Nobody's gonna murder nobody.
Jumping with Cyborg for you know. Yeah, you probably jumping with one of the man them for you know. But I'm saying from my perspective of liking Tatiana, please skip 125, go up to 135 because Amanda been there too long. She been there too long.
Nah, man. What she want about what was she want with the lioness, man? You know what I mean?
What she want?
The lioness.
What she want?
You want to make a tune right now?
Yo, man got me all stuttering and everything, man. What's wrong with you, man? Man got me stuttering out here, man. You know how I feel about the lioness, man. You know what I mean? Stop playing with me, man. Stop fucking. Stop.
I got nervous quick.
What would you want with the lioness, man? You get me? Like, you better play with me right now, man. I'm not
you don't even want Nunes Shevchenko free. You don't want
but I don't want that fight. I don't want that fight neither. There's certain fights that I'm just staying clear of, man. And this is one of them.
Shevchenko free. That's why I don't want Tatiana Shevchenko. The same way you don't want Nunes Shevchenko is the same reason why I don't want Tatiana Shevchenko. Because you already know what's going to happen.
I give her a chance, but I still think Valentina wins just because of how great Valentina is. Nothing against Tatiana.
And we already all agree that Valentina beat up Nunes the last fight. Ola agreed with me until the judges said no, and then all of a sudden Ola was like, oh yeah, my money, yeah, it doesn't matter about my money. So yeah, he agreed with me first before the judges read the card. He goes, look, I might have lost some money, you know, I might have lost some money. Well,
the
judges saved his ass. That's why you don't want Valentina going back to her.
And there's a big announcement as well. I think it's June the 6th of June. Big card. UFC 250. And the Lioness is defending. She's defending the title against Felicia Spencer from the 6th. Felicia Spencer from the 6th, you know. So you Canadians in the chat, you know what I mean? Get at us. Let us know what you think. How you think it's going to pan out.
She did okay against Cyborg first round. After that.
Yeah. Because people were calling for Megan Anderson. to, you know what I mean? And that's no. It's got to finish.
I like Megan Anderson. She's nice on Twitter. She's another one that's nice on Twitter that replies and stuff. She'll get fucked up by Nunes. This was the right choice. And apart from anything, Felicia has a win over her. A win over Megan Anderson.
For Nunes to pull out of the fight and say, yo, I can't get a proper camp. You want me to go and face a killer like Felicia Spence with my title? I need time to prepare for this girl because I'm taking her seriously. That's how much respect Nunes is showing to her.
She's a unique type of fighter because she's another one who's just a straight wrestler and a savage one at that. So it'll be interesting to see how Nunes deals with a wrestler because that will give us an idea of how she'd deal with Tatiana. Yes, we know Nunes can wrestle. Is she as good as Felicia Spencer? Probably Felicia Spencer has more of a higher schooling, to be fair, in the wrestling department. So it'll be interesting to see how this fight turns out.
I'm not really familiar. Hang on. I'll give you some room. I'm not really familiar with Felicia. Yeah, her stand-up. I've seen her wrestle a lot. Ola, please enlighten me. Please.
Yeah, that's a good question. She don't look like she has any.
Put it this way. She went 5 rounds standing with Cyborg.
Yeah, but she lost on
decision. She lost on decision. But she went 5 rounds with Cyborg. With Cyborg. All right. She's no joke. That's what I'm trying to say. She went 5 rounds with Cyborg, and she stood in front of her.
First round.
And she did really well. She took everything. Cyborg couldn't put her away. Cyborg tried to knock her out. She couldn't put her away. She stood in front of her.
I think it's an interesting fight, and like you say, Ola, an announcement was made with our boy Sterling. Do you want to announce it?
Aljamain Sterling and
Cody.
I think it's Sandhagen.
Sandhagen.
Yeah. That's a big one. I don't know how they're going about this tournament because Uncle Dana came out and said it's going to be Peter Yan and somebody else. So I don't know how these two have ended up locked up in a contract.
Well, he doesn't rate Sterling, does he? He's hoping that Sandhagen wins and they can pit Sandhagen off with Yan, I would imagine. Because Yan, you have to also remember, Yan is in Russia. Can't get to America. Russia are at the moment, their pandemic is really, really bad.
So the question now is, are we making an interim belt for that division?
That's a good question.
These two to fight?
Not yet. Don't sound like it yet.
Because at the end of the day, the actual belt is vacant. But if you're making these two contenders fight,
it's not.
What? How is it not? The man that he said he's retired.
He hasn't though. He's still go check UFC. He's still the champion.
He will still be the champion until the new champion is crowned.
No. They'll take you off. They'll put it as vacant.
No, until a new champion. On the night is when it goes, bro. On the night of the fight is when it goes vacant. Is when it goes vacant officially.
No. That's when.
For Henry's title.
That's when you've been injured or something. When you retire, you relinquish the title. Just like GSP. When GSP retired,
he's not relinquished
you relinquish the title. Yeah, you relinquish it. You give it away.
Because
unless Dana's stripping him. They're not stripping him. So
they strip you on the night of the fight. No. They strip you on the night of the fight. Yeah,
I'm sure.
If you retire, you relinquish the title. It's nobody's title. Someone has to fight for it. That's what Dana said.
What I'm trying to say,
if he retires, then I'm gonna make a fight.
So what's Sandhagen and Aljamain Sterling fighting for?
Nothing.
Good question.
They're got to be fighting for something.
I didn't read any.
What do you mean they got to be fighting for something?
They got to be fighting for something.
What did Jairzinho fight?
But that's a super fight.
What?
He did request for interim fight. He did request for it. Yeah, he did inquest. That's what I'm trying to say. Will this be for? It won't be far fetched. I won't put it out of the realm of possibility that it could be for interim.
And when we requested, what did Dana say?
Well, they said obviously no to it. He said no to it, but
So
they did
what do you think
request
is
it
going to happen to this
because
one?
it makes
I don't
sense.
see how
Who
you can
knows?
see this one as different.
Who knows? It's
When
two different situations. It's
when
two
they
different
mention title
situations
fight,
because
wait, hang on.
Stipe hasn't retired. It's not been stripped, so that's why I don't think Dana wants to do the interim because they
Stipe
still
hasn't said
think.
he's going to retire though.
That's what I just said. That's what I just
And he
said.
and Cejudo's just fought. So why would they try and make a fight right after he
Yeah,
just fought?
because he said he's retired. He's not
They
fighting. He's
give
not
you
fighting no more. So we
yeah,
don't
and
have a champion.
yeah, but we haven't. He hasn't. He hasn't. If he retires, they'll announce it. They'll relinquish him of the title and say now they're looking to make a fight of the number one contender and whoever they deem is fit enough.
Ola, the only thing I would add to this
But what
is,
I'm trying,
if you remember Dana post interview, he said that listen, if he actually has retired, come Monday, I'm gonna go to him. I'm gonna call him. If he tells me he's retired, come Tuesday, we'll make a title fight. That ain't happen.
There you
I'm
go.
looking.
There
I'm
you go.
looking
He's
at
not
this
retired.
fight. I'm looking at this fight. I don't see any mention of any type of interim title, world title, nothing.
Yeah,
It's just a fight.
So if he's saying it's Peter Yan and so hold on. So if he's saying it's Peter Yan and someone, so obviously he's made Peter Yan the number one contender. So it's either Peter Yan is gonna be fighting Cejudo at some point.
Yes.
Or
that
they're
would be
making
my
the interim.
feeling.
Yes, that's
That
the
would be
whole
my
thing.
feeling.
That's what it
Bro,
points
I said that from day one. I thought it was it was a move for a new contract, and it's looking like that's gonna be.
Ola's basing all this on Cejudo retiring. Cejudo's not retired yet until he's gone.
I know. Listen, I heard Cejudo with Ariel Lawani yesterday. It was live with him the other day, and they were asking him the same thing, and he's saying he's retired. They're saying to him, "What? So what if we come back and drop a 1-0 on your normal wage thing? Would that convince you to come back?" So if the man is asking, "Would that convince you to come back?" and this guy is saying, "No, I'm satisfied. I know I'm still in my prime. Yeah, I know I'm still in my prime. This was yesterday. I know I'm still in my prime, and I know I can still go and do a lot of things. But even though I'm in my prime, I feel satisfied. I feel like there's nothing for me to prove. And even putting another 0 on the end of my paycheck, it's not enough to bring me back because there's other things that I want to do, like raise a family." He said that yesterday. So, and by you keeping quiet, Will, I know you haven't heard that interview, which is why I'm saying that thing is vacant because the man is saying, not even another 0 is going to bring me back. I got other things I want to do. This was yesterday.
Why are you talking like you don't know marketing ploys? You don't know like ways,
I'm
schemes of how to get contracts.
This was but you're basing that on your assumption. I'm saying to you facts.
Ala Cuenta has quit so many times.
I'm saying to you what I heard. But I'm telling you what I heard.
Ala Cuenta did the same, and even praised him for saying using what do you call it, real estate. Because he said he was going to go into real estate. What you think I don't know? He said he was going to go into real estate and all them crap there. Yeah. Ala Cuenta even praised him for that, using that as a ploy because Dana knows there's a lot of money in that. So when he's coming back to you, he's going to come back with way bigger number than what he knows you're used to because he knows how much money you can earn in real estate.
Look, it could be a ploy. Yeah? It could be a ploy and Cejudo could be playing it really well.
Until the title's stripped, yeah, until it's stripped, like they do to everyone who retires and they strip you. Yeah, until it's gone and they say it's vacant, the title is vacant. Yeah, you're not he's not retired because he can say whatever he said. Yeah, Dana said, what did Dana say? Monday, I'm going to see him on Monday.
I'm just telling you what I heard
we're
yesterday.
Making a title fight. So if this guy is saying what he's saying, Dana would have made it. Dana would have said by now.
When you've listened to it, come back to man, innit? You know what I mean? When you've listened to it, because I know you've not listened to it. So when
this is what you say, and I'll go and listen and find out that Michael Jai White will get whooped by Mike Perry still. But we'll go with that's another story.
You're talking shit again, bro. This is why you're talking poop, fam.
That's another story. Ah, gotcha,
dickhead. You're on mute, Chig, by the way. I can't hear what you're saying, fam.
Sorry, yeah, my bad.
There you go.
The wifey was on the case.
What? Chig is back. Chig is gonna Chig it. God damn it! Oh shit! Shout out to Mula Balamba. Is it Mula Balamba? What's that brother's name? Malambulumbu. Oh God. This is a new thing, fam.
No, it's
I
not
love
a
the
new
way they
thing.
put that in their
No,
road,
it's not a new thing. You'll forget in a couple of weeks. You'll forget in a couple of weeks. Don't worry about that.
It's a new thing for me, man.
You'll forget in a couple of weeks.
Archie, make sure you remind me every week, fam.
No.
Chig.
I'll mute
Chig
you.
with the
I
S.
can mute you. What am I doing? Mute this motherfucker. Mute this guy. We're going straight mute him.
Oh shit.
Anyway, all right. So, who do you think wins the fight? Do me a quick. Obviously, as we get closer to the fight, we'll do a deep dive on who we actually think will win. In fact, actually, by the time we come to that, it'll be next week. No, it'll be the weekend after that we do an assessment on that fight. But anyone who starts doing this Chig thing in the chat room, I swear, I'll kick you out for 5 minutes. Bertrand, I love you. I will do it. I ain't gonna
5 minute timeout.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
we get a 5 minute timeout. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I might get muted for 5 minutes. I'm not saying anything.
Oh shit! I'm getting Chig with this.
This is it. Who do you think actually wins? Let me mute this motherfucker. Let me mute this guy.
I know.
Let me mute this guy. Tell me. Who wins this fight?
I'll go with only because I don't know about Felicia's stand-up.
No, sorry. I meant Cody Aljamain.
Oh, Cody. Cody Aljamain.
Tough, innit? And I've got a feeling Cody's Dana's boy really wants him to win. I've got a feeling he's hating on Aljamain because I know Aljamain gets a lot of decisions. He doesn't really he wins fights, but he doesn't knock people out. And his last submission was like 3 fights ago. So I feel like it will be. He'll want Cody to win.
As much as I'd love to go Aljamain, I don't know. I just get the feeling that Cody would do. I don't know. Cody would knock him out. I get the feeling Cody would knock him out because he's not a fighter that would actually I don't know. He's not. He's all right, but he's not someone that could hit you with something that will make you stand back and really, fear him or anything like that. He's always the one who's at the receiving end of something. So basically, more tries to get himself out of trouble in a situation. So I'll go with Cody. I'll go with Cody on this one. I might be wrong at the end of it. If he knocks Cody out, that'd be crazy. But the only way I can see him winning is by a decision or a submission, ground game or something. That's the only way I can see. What's his face winning? Aljamain.
He's a bit of a beast
Cody,
as well.
I can see him winning in loads of ways, loads of different ways.
Okay, Ola, how about yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sterling. I think Sterling's put in a lot of work. We know who his coach is. Phenomenal coach, Matsera. Look, Sandhagen has a lot of ways to win, like you said, but I still think Sterling's a phenomenal striker, and I see him TKO, doing him on TKO. You know what I mean? Finishing the fight on a TKO. I'm not sure whether he's gonna be on the normal card or we don't know what the fight's gonna be yet, because if it's for an interim, it could be for 5 rounds. And this is what I'm trying to say, because we don't know what it's gonna be for. So until we know what it's going to be for them, we can determine whether it's going to go into the championship rounds or it's going to be a 3-round fight. If it's just going to be a normal fight on the card.
So give us both scenarios: three round
you
and
know,
5 round.
So for me, I mean, if it goes 5 rounds, then the tide start to turn, because I'm not sure about Sterling's cardio. You know, I think it start to turn there, but inside of 3 rounds, I will give yeah, because I've been saying Chig a lot. That's why I'm at the bottom of the screen, man.
No.
You know what I mean? Never
was
put me at the bottom screen.
he was laughing so hard he cut himself
Anyway, shout out to Capone. Yeah, I would like to eat the jollof. Yes, my pibby. So yeah.
Yeah, I would try and it out, Capone. You know what I mean? This is what I do. This is my thing, yeah. So I will trial it out, send it this way, trial it out, and you know what I mean? I'll still give you a low mark. But I'll give you a good mark, Bridget. You know what I mean?
But
it's all love, my brother.
That's what I mean. Already
it's all love, man. It's all love. You know what I mean?
Already biased.
Yeah. I like Guardian for all the king and all of that, man. You know what I mean?
You're moonwalking hard now, Ola.
No. I'm just saying, I give them a mark. You know, what I mean? Still be lower than us. I still be lower than us. You get me? So, but check this out.
Do you know what Ola's name is today?
No, let me finish my thing, man. Sterling,
hello, MJ.
I think he wins inside 3 rounds. I think he wins inside 3 rounds TKO. 5 rounds, the tide start to turn towards hand again. You know what I mean?
And I'll let you know who I think wins closer to the time. All right. Let's talk about the present. This will be kind of the final thing MMA wise we'll talk about, unless I'm missing anything else out. And that's John Jones in Ngannou. Obviously, we did cover a lot of this last week, so we won't necessarily do a deep dive. But obviously, since last week, we found out as recently as yesterday, I think, on John Jones's Twitter. He went a bit mad on his Twitter. I'm trying to get his Twitter up now as we speak, because I don't want to misquote him. But basically, John Jones confirmed yesterday that he was in discussions and negotiations with the UFC, and then it was maybe like 2-3 hours later, he was like, forget that. UFC seemingly don't want this fight, and basically torpedoed any chance of this fight. I'm literally just going to quote directly from his Twitter, and then I'm going to get your opinions on this. Here we go. Hold on one sec. Let's see if we can get this all up. He goes, I'm currently in negotiations with UFC. So that was sent about 23 hours ago. Then he put another tweet out saying, unbelievable. So obviously people are like, what's happened? And then he says, before even discussing the numbers, the UFC were unwilling to pay more for the Francis super fight or more for me to move to heavyweight. Said I could possibly earn more in pay-per-view buys, which is interesting. And then so then someone basically replied, isn't legacy more important than money? Which, to be honest, I agree with his answer. He said, honestly, no, not at this stage of my career. I could retire today. I've done my job. I've given this company over a decade of entertainment. And to be honest, regardless of whether you thought he won some of those fights or not, he's cleared out his division. This Brakovic, this Jan Brakovic guy doesn't. Come on, now he doesn't deserve to
it'll be
fight
funny.
for the title.
Wouldn't it be funny?
Not really.
Wouldn't it be funny that Jan will probably be the one that?
He'll probably be the one to beat him. He'll be the one to beat him just because now I said that. Sod's law.
But deep down though, Will, man, you don't believe that.
And no one believes.
Obviously not.
No one.
You already know I don't believe that.
It's been.
I was willing to bet on Ngannou, so why would I fear Blachowicz?
True.
Come on.
True. It's been fun, you guys. Maybe I'll see you in a year or two. Suggesting he was gonna bail,
retire. He's doing a Cejudo.
Yeah. And then he says maybe they'll be ready to do business when I come back. Until then, health and fitness. So really going hard with the threats. Then he kind of moonwalked, like his name was Ola today. and said, "Oh, I should have worded that
MJ.
differently. I actually think these guys do great business. Right now, things aren't where I want them to be." Then he decided, I'll do a full U-turn and say it's red panty night for the light heavyweight division, suggesting that he's focused on Yan. Then saying, I've had time to think about it. I'm a lot less emotional. Just sad that UFC don't see my value against the scariest heavyweight in the world. Yan, I guess you're next in line. Now, to me, this confirmed what I always thought. No matter how good John Jones is, ultimately, the man doesn't sell pay-per-views. And that's why UFC don't want to offer him the dough. Now, I think UFC probably underestimated how much people want to see this fight. I think ultimately people see this fight and see someone that can genuinely beat the shit out of Jones, or potentially could beat the shit out of Jones. Ola, the floor is yours. What was your response to this?
I was thinking, okay, the UFC is they're playing some board games with this guy. I don't know why they don't want to pay or try and at least do some maneuvering to put the contract together, because both fighters are clearly interested in this fight. Both fighters want to do it. The fans want to see it. A lot of the fans, a good quarter of them, are probably people that want to see Jones lose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where I fit in, but that's to be decided.
You want him murdered. You want him murdered. You want him murdered.
Come on, blood. Don't bet me out. Don't bet me out like that, man. You know what I mean?
You want him murdered. You.
No, don't bet me out like that. But yeah, you know what? People think I don't like Jones. You know what I mean? I like.
I'll freely tell you.
As a fighter, that's what I want to say. I like him as a fighter. You know why?
Yeah, as a fighter, yes.
You know, he always finds a way to win, and that's the thing with Jones. As a fighter, you've got to, if you put everything aside, all the fuckeries, and I include the picograms, the coke, the running over the pregnant lady, shooting guns, you name it, dick pills. Jones has done it all. There's nothing Jones ain't done. You know what I mean? So put all of those aside.
The way he uses the Jesus thing as a crutch.
All of that, you know, and I hate that. That's one of the things. I
hate it. Someone that's my religion.
That gets on my nerves. That's one of the things that gets on my nerves, and that's why I was willing. That's why I was willing Corey Anderson on, but he fucked up. Anyways, put all of those aside, and then just look at Jones's career in the light heavyweight. He's done it all. You know, the way he put a beating on Glover Teixeira all those moons ago. The way he put a beating on the Gustafsson in the second fight, not the first fight, because the first fight, I think that's probably Jones's hardest fight to date. That's the one man that really took him into deep waters. I know people are saying, Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes, they won the fight. I in some way, I'd go along with that. But the man that really dragged him into deep waters was Gustafsson in the first fight. So when you look at the whole span of the career, you got to give it to him and say, you know what, this guy has really done it in this division. But I still look. I gave Francis one round to finish the thing. I was bragging about that in the chat with you guys. I was willing to put £200 to your guys' £100. Right, I was willing to do that.
He believes in Francis like nothing else. I love Francis, but not to the level of Ola.
And I was even saying that if Francis wins outside the first round, I will still pay you money. I will still give you money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was just giving Francis 5 minutes to get the job done.
Do you not think Francis would take his time?
Then I realized how
he paced himself?
Then I realized how stupid I was. So
I'm glad you added that last bit. I'm glad.
Then I realized this morning I just had an epiphany, and I thought,
he woke me up. You know, he actually woke me up.
I woke my man up. I said, "Yo, Will, I just had an epiphany, brethren. He said, what's up? I said, you'd never believe this. He said, what's up? Tell me. I said, no, I want to wait till you wake up properly. He said, no, tell me now.
No,
I said, no, blood. Let me wait till you wake up properly because I want you to be alive when I tell you this. He said, no, man, I'm awake now. Tell me. I said, bro, you see that 200 pound offer that I made of Francis Ngannou? I'm moonwalking the fuck out of that.
Damn, I should have taken that bet. I just didn't want to bet against Francis, but I should have taken that bet.
That's how I'm moonwalking the hell out of that, bro. I don't want no part of that fight. I don't want no smoke with it. I just want to be a spectator. I'm so glad you guys didn't take the bet. I didn't realize how foolish I was because when I look at it in the cold light of day and I consult the oracles that I usually consult along with my boy Will.
Speaking of bets, by the way, I'm paying these guys today.
Oh. Salute to Chig. I know that money was floating around, man.
Before someone in the chat room asks shit.
I said
today. Pay all to Ola. He'll give me my cut. Pay all.
Chig was being extra generous today, man. Hopefully you give us a top up as well on top of it.
I know why you're saying that. Okay.
You know why I'm saying that? I'm not gonna go there, but you already know with it. So hopefully,
I don't know.
Hopefully, we get to take our missions on a nice holiday. So you get.
I don't about that. 40 is enough to lose to you, man.
Oh boy. So I just thought to myself, no man, I'm staying the hell away from that fight. I don't want no part of it. I just want to be a spectator. I realized how dumb I was thinking Ngannou was just gonna bulldoze John Jones and get out of there. Because like I said,
it's the one thing Jones would be preparing for.
When you go and look at Jones's entire career, I understand that you can't just do that to Jones.
Exactly.
And that's basically what took me out of it. And I thought, you know what? Talking about being disrespectful, maybe I was being a little bit disrespectful to Jones's career and what he's capable of doing. And there's no way. I don't think Francis just bulldozes him out of there like that. And I was wrong to think he'll get it done in 5 minutes. He might still do it, but to go 2-1 on the odds was like naive of me. So
wait a minute. Let me ask you a question, because you say certain things that they contradict. Yeah.
What's contradict? I don't want no part of it. There's no contradiction.
No. With the description of Jones, because you said you respect him as a fighter. Yeah.
As a fighter, yeah.
You respect, but you want him murdered. Every fight you want for him is a murderous role, kind of like you want to see him not.
Bro, there's a few fighters that I want
for what he does in the octagon, but you want him killed for what he doesn't do in the octagon.
There's a few fighters that I just want them to be taught a lesson. There's a few fighters that I just want them to be.
You respect them in the octagon, but you want them to be taught a lesson in the place where you respect them.
There's a few fighters.
I don't get that. They should be taught a lesson outside.
So hold on. So let me explain if you don't understand. There's a few fighters on my list that
Conor McGregor.
If I could, I'll put both of them. I'll tie them both up and put them in front of Francis.
I'll admit it. I'll straight up.
I'll tie them both up. I'll put them in front of Francis. I just let him do his thing. But at the same time, when you look at it solely on the fighters thing, you gotta respect what Jones has put in the game. And this guy hasn't, apart from the one fight where he got disqualified and the no contest on Daniel Cormier when he pissed out in the second fight when he kicked him in the head and Daniel started crying on Dana's shoulder. I remember that very, very clearly. I've never seen a grown man cry. I've never seen a grown man cry.
You're an idiot. Because today has been your day. No. Shut up.
What?
Today, no,
What,
shut up.
fam? What,
No,
fam?
shut
Come
up.
on. Well, come on,
Today
blood.
has been your day, yeah, of moonwalking and all that, but you just had to. You just had to. You just had to rub my nose in it, didn't you? You just had to rub my nose
We're
in
talking
it,
about Jones. We can't talk about Jones and not talk about Daniel Cormier crying
what has
on
Cormier
Dana's
crying
shoulder.
on Dana's shoulder?
How can we talk about Jones and not talk
What
about
has
Daniel Cormier
Cormier
crying?
crying on Dana's shoulder?
Ola had this one in his back pocket.
I know.
You can tell.
He's told me
He had this in
already.
his back pocket.
Because anytime I get Larry, he's gonna pull this one out. He's
We
already
can't
told
talk.
me.
How can we talk about Jones?
What we gotta do? What we're saying gotta do with
We're talking
Cormier
about
crying
Jones's
on
career.
Cormier crying on
To be
Dana's
fair to
shoulder.
Cormier, he gave Jones a lot of props this week. He was like saying, to be honest,
He did.
it's the
I was
most
just gonna get to that.
He
I
said
was
to
gonna
him, it
get
was
to
the
that
most.
after
He
I
said
spoke about how
calling
much he
out.
cried.
He said calling out Ngannou was the most gangster thing that a fighter could do. He said that people like me and Jones, people think that we're scared of Ngannou. It's like how is anyone going to ever tell us we're scared of Ngannou? That it's a challenge, and that's why you're in the game for. And you know what? Fair play to him, because with Cormier he had little choice, because there was an unfortunate shot where Ngannou knocked out Rosenstrike, and then they caught Cormier looking like this. So he had to come a bit correct after that. But fair play to those guys. Obviously, not many people are calling out Ngannou, and we just saw what happened to the last person that did.
Wait, hang on a minute.
I was going to give Jones his props.
Hang on.
And
I think I would defend Cormier on that one. Yeah, I'll defend Cormier on the face expression. It was shocking for
How
all.
can you defend a man that cried? How can you defend that? How can you defend that?
Who's not doing that? Who's not doing that?
Exactly. Remember when Masvidal? Hang on. Remember when Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren? Yeah, and they were interviewing Izzy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Who's not doing that? I never saw fear there. I saw someone that was just like
shocked.
Saw
like,
a big knockout.
Yeah.
What I liked for me, what I liked was Ngannou's attitude about the knockout. He said that he wasn't happy with his performance. He said that, yeah, sure, it was 20 seconds, but he said that what annoyed him was he missed the first 4 punches. I thought, praise God, at least he's seeing what we're seeing, because we criticized him for that as well.
Yeah,
that he missed the first 4 haymakers. You can't afford to do that against John Jones. John Jones will piece him up for that. So
no, John Jones would have been in a cuddle by then. It would have been in a cuddle by then.
So John Jones is the most dirtiest fighter. It will poke you in the eye. It will do all
griminess. Whatever it takes.
Kind of griminess,
honestly, in a fight like that, to be fair to him, whatever it takes to get the job done.
Exactly. And John Jones is just the guy, for that thing. And it took me all of those things. Like I said, I had to go back and look at certain things and say, wow. You know what? I was lucky, man. You
finally got Ola to track back on once, and you're just
I realized how lucky I was.
And then from my side, he's getting money, so he's enjoying himself.
And you know what's even worse? Do you know what's even worse, right? There's a friend of us who's watching this show today, yeah, who is not going to let Ola go in our other chat group about him praising John Jones. So finally.
Yeah, I never give Jones any praise like that. And I'm gonna suffer a great deal for what I've done here tonight. But I have to tell you like it is. I have to tell the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm never gonna hear I'm never gonna hear the last of it. I tell you right now, I'm never gonna hear the last of it. But when I come on the show, I gotta give a true opinion of what I really think, and that's what I've done tonight.
Okay. Well, there's not really a lot boxing-wise that's happened, other than I suppose this is the very, very last thing we're talking about. Eddie's grand plan: building a ring in his back garden. Now, as Eddie's biggest fan, let's go to Will for his comments on Eddie's grand plan.
What do you think I think about it? You already know what I'm
I'm just gonna
Fuck
say
that guy.
Eddie's niggas here.
No, you know
No,
what?
but
Do you know who?
at least
you
he's
know
trying
who
to get something on.
I don't know if you've watched TV. I don't know if you've been watching Sky Sports or Sky Sports News or anything like that. Or today, even today's boxing show. Did you watch it from 2:00?
Not today. I've been swamped with work all day.
Yeah, when she pays me, then I can pay Sky in, so I can start watching Sky.
What are you trying to say? You're talking like you ain't got the shut up. You already got that. Yeah, but
I don't want to expose how your banking works. Otherwise, I'd ask you if it's connected to. I'll do it right now if it's connected to your number. I'll send it right now.
But hang on. So Kubrat Pulev's manager was saying about them. There was a place, I forgot where it was now, whether it was Rome or somewhere, where they've made like gladiator type arena where it's really spaced out, and they showed pictures of it. Right, it looked awesome. It actually looked absolutely, and they could space it out where you can have a big crowd there and still be 2 meters. 2 meters apart, 6 feet. Yeah, 2 meters apart, and everything like that, and wear your mask or do whatever you need to do, or do you know what I mean? It looked really, really awesome. So I think he should be the guy that should. I can't remember, but I think you would still catch it on Sky Sports show. If you got the app, check it out and see. It's a video on it. It's beautiful. It looked absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, with a ring there and people around it, like a proper gladiators arena, old school Roman stuff. Yeah, with a round, like really, really, really old school. It looked really nice. It looked like something that could work with what's going on today. You can have a little bit of a crowd, not too much, but a bit of a crowd spaced out. And this
pandemic thing, I think people need to just get used to the idea that, I mean, I know that there's a lot of talk that they finally found a cure or whatever, but
they haven't. No, they haven't, because cures don't take that. They take longer than 6 months to flip and find.
Exactly.
So no, not yet.
And I think people
vaccine. This is
even the vaccine. Not a lot of people. I know people that ain't going to take it straight up.
Yeah.
Because they don't trust what's in it. But from my perspective, I feel like people. We're in a new era, people. We're in Demolition Man era. If you've seen that film, you know what I'm talking about. Where close quarters, people being close, it's all going to stop. And I think if there's a way that we now can see masks have become fashion now. I see people designing fashion masks and everything. If you can make sure that people are safe, or people are tested, and you can maintain social distance, just get sport back on, because it will help people, particularly if we have to go into another lockdown. It will help people stay at home.
Sports has to take a different dynamic, because there's a lot made from gates. So that's another thing where.
And what you may find now is that prices for stuff go up, TV wise.
Yeah,
I imagine UFC will start to do it. Boxing will start to do it. And people are just going to have to understand
everything will be pay-per-view. Everything will be pay-per-view.
It's also all going to be cyber. It's all going to be virtual. I mean, flip me.
Yeah.
Last Saturday, they were doing a versus battle with Ludacris and Nelly, virtually on Instagram, which I watched and I enjoyed. But I figured this is going to be the new thing.
A few other battles has happened. You missed
it's been happening. They're doing it with everything. They're doing it with hip hop. They're doing it with R&B. Like it was Jill Scott and Erykah Badu 2 weeks ago. They're doing it with a lot of things at the moment. So I think everything is moving to that kind of virtual reality. I think people just need to get used to it, and we just need to do what we're doing. But it is what it is. Guy, let me ask Olaf finally before we get up out of here. What do you think of Eddie's grand plan?
I mean, he's trying to create a fight island of his own in his back garden, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like they not put that blueprint on the thing, and this
Eddie loves him. Dana loves Dana, by the way.
Everybody loves Dana.
Of course,
everybody loves Dana.
You know what I mean? So he's trying to put that together. Look, these people got to eat. They've got to eat. If who knows who they've consulted, with the if they've consulted with the UFC on how they've gone about this whole thing, and if they can put that together, not just his backguarding could even be like a figure of speech, and they're probably trying to do it in a hangar, in an airport somewhere, something. We don't know, but wherever they put it, I guarantee if they put a good fight together, we'll watch it. I want to watch.
Listen.
I want to watch Dylan White with somebody. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't care who it is. They could put Dylan White with Amir Khan, and I'll watch that shit.
I know. I get that. But this is what they lose at the gate, right? It's all nice and dandy that you saying, "Oh, you pay for whatever you watch, whatever," right? But they lose that front seat price, second row price, third row price, which is like $5,000 a ticket. $6,000 a ticket,
of course,
up to 10
and that's why Dana is not able to offer this big money that Francis and Jones are trying to ask for.
Exactly,
because, you know what I mean. Why am I going to give you this big money fight when we're not even making live gate?
That's why they were reluctant. That's why Dana actually came out and said, right, he would try to protect, Conor McGregor until it's safe for people to come out before he actually brings him out.
Because they don't want to miss on the live gate. Yeah, they don't want to miss on the live gate.
Exactly. Yeah. Conor fights, you miss out on a big live gate. Big live gate. So that's what's going to happen for now. They're going to... The fighters as well are not going to make a lot of money.
Can I ask both of you as well? Do you think Wilder and Pulev ends up standing aside to make that fight happen?
And nor should they.
Not maybe.
Who do you think would be the most difficult? I was just gonna say.
I think Pulev would be the most difficult because Pulev has already stood aside.
Yeah.
So if you're Pulev, why am I standing aside?
Would you do it again? He's already said.
I don't care about seeing the undisputed fight because from his perspective, I totally get it. If an undisputed fight happens, how long does he then have to wait? Because he's not going to fight him. Bear in mind, you still got Dylan White waiting in the wings. There's an argument that maybe Tyson Fury and Joshua do it twice. How long does he wait? From his perspective, I completely get it. Even from Wilder's perspective, I get it.
Can I ask you a question, Chig? If they do it twice, who do you think will win both times? I think there's only going to be one winner for both times. Who do you think it is?
I unfortunately, I agree with you. I think it'll be Fury both times.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a 1-1. I thought you were going to do a 1-1.
I like the talk that AJ's talking. He's talking a lot more tough talk. He's talking, listen, I'll finish Fury. Just bring him up. I like that. I like that attitude. But I just think, for me, it's got nothing to do with what AJ's lost. I just think Fury is that much better than everyone else. Pure and simple. And I think from Fury's point of view, he's got one fight after this Wilder rematch left. He fights AJ. I think Eddie pays him a shitload of money.
Also,
they do a rematch, and then he rides off into the sunset. I think that's exactly what will happen.
I know you don't believe this also. I know you don't believe this. I already know you. But what happens in your head if AJ looks exactly like Wilder looked? Not getting knocked out. Let's just go 12 rounds. He doesn't
go 12 rounds, but doesn't really touch him.
Yeah. What would you say? Yeah. What would you say after that?
Well, it's not you can't say. So if he's lost, he's lost. There's not really. For me,
would you respect Wilder more? Would you respect Wilder more if he got the same kind of treatment?
I knew you was trying to make a case for that.
I want to see a perspective of Chig's side.
Would you respect Wilder more?
Because he is completely just discredited Wilder, without actually realizing Tyson Fury is the best boxer.
But here's the thing. Whilst I agree that Tyson Fury is the best boxer, you didn't need to be at your best to beat Wilder. He did what people have been saying people should do to Wilder for ages. Back him up. He ain't backing AJ up. What I do see him doing is doing what Fury did in the first fight, making AJ miss all day. That's what I do see happening. But I don't see him backing AJ up. I think that's just basic fundamental.
Wait, hang on a minute. So what was what's his face doing then? The fight before Fury. What's the guy's name? Ortiz. What was he doing? Was he not backing Wilder up?
But he's backing Wilder up, but he's an old man. He's 60 years old, bro.
I get that, but what I'm trying to say here is like there's a difference when you can slip punches, move, and do you get what I'm saying?
One guy has, and it's not his fault. He's done well with what he has. But one guy has at least not that extensive of an amateur career, but has enough of an amateur career where he has the basic fundamentals. The other doesn't. Not really. Not really. And you can see
he won a bronze Olympic medal. What the hell? If he's that crap, do you understand how to win a bronze? You already know. Already know.
He got backed up by the weakest puncher in the heavyweight division. Let's stop it. What are we talking about here? Are we really doing this again? He got backed up, fundamentally backed up by I don't care how skilled he is, by the weakest puncher in the heavyweight division. Let's just be real. Let's be real.
Wait. So how did Vladimir Klitschko fare against Fury as well?
Because Fury fought in the style he always fought. He changed up his style and said, you know what? I ain't going nowhere because the guy doesn't fundamentally pose any type of threat to me. He said that prior to the fight. Told him how he was going to fight prior to the fight and executed it brilliantly. We're not talking about the same fight. If you look at the fight, it's a completely different fight. The Klitschko fight to the Wilder fight.
I don't get you because you give Fury credit, then you take it away from it. I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to say. You say Fury's the best,
right?
So what else did you expect him to? And he's beaten.
When have we seen Fury fights like that
without Klitschko touching him at all?
I don't understand. What's the debate here? I don't understand.
My whole point is he can beat everyone. Right, he could beat everyone. So when he beats AJ,
it's not gonna beat my guy because he didn't ask me. He didn't ask me. Yeah, it's not gonna beat my guy. Yeah,
hold on.
It's not gonna beat my guy.
You didn't ask that.
It's not gonna beat my guy, man. You mad?
Are you gonna respect Wilder? Are you gonna respect Wilder more?
Hold on.
Fuck Wilder, blood.
Is he going to beat Wilder?
Fuck Wilder and whoever is coming with, blood. How about that, blood?
You asked, is Fury gonna beat Wilder?
No, I didn't ask that. No,
yes, you did. You said if Fury beats AJ in the same way he beats Wilder, and I said that won't happen. I said that won't happen.
No,
I said that.
No.
But it won't happen.
I'm not saying. Right. I'm not saying what would and what would. I'm saying if it does happen, would you give Wilder? See, you're not listening. You listen to half the question and then answer half the question.
No, you're answering half the question and asking half the question.
The same thing happens, the same thing that's happened to Klitschko and Wilder. If it happens to AJ, would you give Wilder a little bit more respect?
But the two things are not the same thing. It's not the same thing. If he loses, will I give more? Is that what you're asking? If he loses,
yes,
I'm the one telling you he will lose. No, I won't. For what?
You've already said you believe AJ is going to lose to Wilder.
Yeah.
What's his name?
So why does that then mean I must then respect Wilder more?
No,
I don't understand.
I said if he loses in the same way.
No, but the same you disagree what the same way is. Me and you disagree what the same way is.
Same as not being able to touch Fury. Yeah. Same as Klitschko. Yeah, not being able to touch Fury. Same as Wilder not being able to touch Fury, whether he fought a different style or not. The same result was.
But why does that then mean I have to respect Wilder more? I still don't understand that. That's the straight question. The straight answer is no.
Fair enough.
For me, there is no reason. There is no reason.
Let me. I got one question for Willman. I got one question for Willman. Why are you always looking for validation?
Oh my gosh, exactly, because he knows his faults.
I'm not. No.
Let me shut up.
I'm not.
I'll get emotional.
AJ fucks him up too, blood.
He knows his faults, and that's why he always says this.
Look, I don't care about that. I just hate the way.
Yeah, you do.
I just hate the way.
I know you, blood. You care more than that, more than anything in the world.
He's only lost.
You care more than that, more than your car, blood. If someone gave you a choice between Wilder and
only lost to the best fighter in the division.
Look at Pacino's comment.
Talk to him
there.
What?
Mustafi won the World Cup. What does that mean? Is he a good footballer? we're talking about here,
what? What? Wait, hang on. It's football.
Wilder won bronze. David Price. All right, David Price won a
football
bronze. So
now, Chig, you're talking crap. Is football a team sport and an individual sports? What did Mustafi go and stand in there and just win a World Cup by himself?
David Price won a bronze medal. So does it stop him being a joke? No.
Still,
David Price won a bronze medal. What? Say something.
Has he made a ton of money from boxing? Has he made a ton of money from boxing?
So we're talking about a ton of money they made now.
Argument.
It's a different thing now.
You do this well, and I get it. You do this well.
Now you see why I get mad.
No. I'm saying.
Now you see why I get mad.
He's done his job.
Now you see why I get mad, fam.
You do this well.
Yeah, man. Getting cheap.
You do this well. You do this
no
well.
one's let me take two people
every 2-3 weeks, you feel like picking a fight about Wilder for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't get it. I've said to you, for me, there was no disgrace to losing to Tyson Fury. So why do I then have to give Wilder more credit because AJ also lost to Fury? No, it's the manner he lost.
I'm saying in the same. If he lost in the same manner,
but Fury's not foolish enough to fight in the same way. So it's like saying, oh well, if Khabib loses, in the same way, it's like saying if Khabib loses, it's like saying if Khabib loses to Justin in the same way that Ferguson lost, would you give Ferguson more respect? What are you talking about? Khabib ain't gonna fight in the same way. He's not going to approach the fight in the same way. It's the exact same thing. He's not going to stand there and start trading with AJ. It's not happening. My man will go on the back foot and dodge, pick, the way he always fights. By the way, he fought against Klitschko. It's not the same thing. It isn't the same thing. So to say, oh, well, if he fights and he loses in the same way, okay, then if he fights using the exact same game plan and AJ's just as useless as Wilder, then all right, I will downgrade what I think about AJ. I'm not going to respect Wilder more. It's fundamentally, that boy is flawed. I've said that from morning. I don't understand what the debate still is. I've said it from day one.
You know what? Archie just raised a very, very important point. That if Khabib mauls Justin, Tony deserves praise then, is it? By your logic, that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Honestly, it's not the same way. I get it if we're talking about the exact fighting style, the same fighting style. They're both very basic. They both.
Shout out Archie, by the way. That's another one that's on your case, blood. You know?
AJ has a lot more skills. Actually, a lot more fundamental. I've never seen AJ in any fight get
Olympic gold. Olympic gold.
Arguably,
respectful bomber clutch. Yeah.
Arguably,
Olympic gold, blood.
Arguably, the first fight.
Talking about bronze bomber.
Other than that, I've never seen that happen. I've never seen it happen. It's not going to happen.
You don't watch AJ fights, and AJ's never been backed up. So Klitschko never.
Well, in the same way Wilder does, is what I actually said. Have you seen that happen? Please show me that fight. Show me the fight where AJ
I want to see it.
Backed up all fight.
You know,
I ain't seen that fight.
Bro, what I'd really want to see is you, Kenny, and Will in a box, and we need to hash all of this out, man.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
I get it. You don't like AJ, don't rate him or whatever.
No.
Bro, to say
no. It's opposite way. It's opposite way.
To even suggest
it's
that
the opposite
it will
way.
happen like that, because
no.
You're very quick to point to that first Ruiz fight as his failing.
No, Chig.
I've never seen him in any other fight get backed up like that.
Chig. When have I gone out to bash AJ? Here.
Bro, you do all the time. But I have to listen to your bullshit every day, blood. You do every day. Every day you open your eyes, you dream about AJ and how you're gonna bash his blood. Yo, you do this all the time, blood. You don't. Why are you even asking that question?
How does that start?
Why are you even asking that question while I'm here, blood? You know what I mean?
Can you see this next comment? Exactly what I think. If AJ was to lose, Wilder don't deserve more respect. Fury does.
Fury's already gonna whoop him. already. I'm saying if he does it in the same
What
way.
are you talking about, blood?
Because
what makes you so sure, blood?
Yeah,
what makes you so sure, blood?
Listen, because
what makes you
Chig
so
says about
sure,
Wilder,
man?
It's based on just a Fury fight. Every
Like,
bad thing Chig says is
Wilder
based on just a
lost
Fury
twice
fight.
to Fury already,
so
blood.
if you hate this guy so much,
Wilder lost twice to Fury already.
One loss.
What
Wilder
has
lost
Wilder
twice
got to
to
do
Fury already.
Fury?
They lost
to
twice.
one guy. Yeah, to one guy. Yeah, to one guy.
What was Wilder got to do with Fury and
AJ ain't even fucking lost once to Fury.
What has that got to do
and you're going to throw his name in the dirt like that, man.
What's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything? It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Doesn't, but it's true, isn't it? It's like me saying, oh well, you know, what if Khabib and Justin fight, then Tony deserves less respect, or Tony deserves more respect. What has Tony got to do with that fight?
That fight got nothing to do with that fight. It's a whole
different ball game.
You're a whole different ball game, blood.
It's a whole different argument.
Ola put it beautifully. You look for this validation with Wilder for some unusual reason. I don't get it. I don't defend AJ like that.
I just hate the way, yeah. Just because of one guy, you go on like, oh, Wilder's lost to everyone. He's so basic. But he's knocked everyone out bar one guy who you say is the best in the best at the moment.
We've had this debate. Right?
Whether cans or not, yeah, it's only the one guy who you rate as being.
I just think he's overrated. I just think he's basic. He's overrated. He's basic. He got exposed. It's not going to happen to AJ. AJ will lose. He may even lose badly. He ain't going to lose like that. He ain't going to get backed up like some jabron. He ain't going to do that. It's not going to happen. Quote me. We could bet on this. Quote me if you want. It ain't going to happen. He's not going to get backed up like some jabron.
How much you want? How much you want?
Yeah, before you waste your money, all I'm saying is we know for a fact Wilder lost twice to Fury. We haven't seen AJ lost to Fury yet. So you can't even make that assumption. You don't even know what game plan
you
don't have no idea what's going to happen.
I made an assumption based on Chig said, I asked Chig, if they fight twice, what do you think will happen? Chig said, Fury, as much as I hate to say it, Fury will win. And I said, because I think
you didn't ask me though.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. So with all of that being said, yeah. So if he you're saying he loses, but I'm going on further to say. So if he loses,
in the middle of all of that, you were still looking to praise Wilder for some bullshit where he lost twice in the fight, blood. He lost twice to fucking Fury, man. And in the middle of all of that, you still try to squeeze a praise out for Wilder. I don't get it, blood.
I don't get it. And the funny thing is, what did Wilder or AJ
Wilder's cheerleader in the house. Pay attention to that,
it's your disrespect for Wilder that's making me ask that question, yeah? Because now
you can put your bet. Now you can put your bet.
It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I don't rate the guy.
Now you can put your bet.
I get that you don't rate him.
I give him credit. I give him credit for what he's achieved, but I don't rate the guy. That's just my opinion. It had nothing to do with anything else. But that doesn't mean that I'm so blinded that I think AJ actually beats Fury. I can be honest and say, and you know what? I won't pick a fight about it. I think he loses to Fury both times. But to sit here and we're now discussing, like Ola says, we're discussing a fight that's not even happened, and you're so adamant. You're so adamant that not only he loses that fight, he gets embarrassed. That feels like a wish.
He gets embarrassed more than Wilder. Come on, man.
That feels like your wish. It doesn't feel like something you actually think.
You're just AJ bashing again like you do every day.
That doesn't feel like you actually
every day when I see you on the street. When I see you at the petrol station, you're hating on AJ. When I see you at the Chinese shop, you're hating on AJ. When I see you at KFC, you're hating on AJ. When I see you at Nando's, you're hating on AJ. When I see you at the pub, you're hating on AJ. When I see you down the street, you're hating on AJ. Bro, when you're about to get in your car, you're hating on AJ. Come on, blood.
No one.
You listen to you, blood. Listen to you.
To end the show. No one mentioned Wilder. I was about to enter the show, and you decided, let me bring up my boy Wilder. Let me bring up my boy
Chig,
Wilder.
we was gonna go in
I'm gonna
peace.
ask this random question
We
for
was
no
gonna go
apparent
in
reason.
peace.
Wilder hasn't got a fight schedule.
He was
Hasn't got
begging for
anything.
that validation for Wilder,
fact-
blood.
In fact, I'll go one step further. I said,
Do it.
if I was Wilder, I wouldn't step aside. I wasn't bashing him. I said, and I was about to wrap up the show, no problem. And then you decided, I want to fight about Wilder again. I want to debate about Wilder again. I'm going to back my boy to the hill. I don't give a damn. And then you decided to ask the question. You didn't like my answer, so you decided to poke even further. And you still don't like my answer. I
Look where we're
freely
at
tell
now.
you, I don't rate the kid.
But
Look
look where we're at now.
way.
Oh,
You got
I
your
got
head
your
in your
answer
hand.
already. I got no.
Look where you're
I got
at.
your
No
answer
way.
already. I got your
You
answer
got your
already.
head in your hands.
There's
I
no
got your
way.
answer already. I got your answer already. I got your
Actually,
answer.
I think that
There
would
will
be
never
close.
be a straight answer.
I think that would be close.
Yeah, nah, there will never be a
I
straight
think that
answer. when
fight
it
would be
comes to Wilder.
close.
What? Who?
Dubois and Wilder.
Nah, Dubois knocked Wilder out.
We finally got a genuine, honest response.
You know what? I know.
I'm telling you what I see. I see.
No. I don't think you really believe that. I don't think you really believe that deep down. Deep down in your heart. I don't think you really believe this shit, fam.
I know I like Wilder, yeah.
Oh, here we go. I don't think you really deep down believe that.
Wilder thing. All up plays this Wilder thing from the time I told him, look, let your boy step in the ring. Where AJ stepping with Wilder. This is from a long time ago, yeah. All those things, I'm a Wilder fan. Ask Ola when Ola said about
I need to make you a shirt called Moonwalking, bro. Like this is gonna be a Christmas gift, you know.
You put a tag on me, yeah? No. You put a tag on me.
Look, from the bottom of my heart, I will make you a blood clot jumper like this with a big moonwalking on it, yeah? Right, with Michael Jackson shoes on it.
Nah, shut up. You're the moonwalker. When you asked me about Fury Wilder, what did I tell you? When you asked about Fury, who do you want? Hey, Wilder, your boy. Hey, I'm sure you didn't even pick your boy. You didn't even. What did I tell you? What did I say? Go on, tell him. Tell him all. What did I say? You wanted
to sit on the fence, blood. You wanted to sit on the fence.
No.
That's what you wanted to do, blood.
No, tell them the truth.
I'm telling them the truth. You didn't want none of them. You wanted to sit on the fence. Ain't that the truth? Did I not offer you the other side?
On my boy Wilder then?
So did I not offer you the other side?
When Fury's
did I not offer you the other side?
Yeah. Fury's coming off a layoff. Yeah. Fury
Bro,
just had 2
did I not offer you the other side? Don't lie
and
now.
I still said no.
So you sat on the fence.
I think Fury can do a way good job.
So you sat on the fence. There you go.
What do you mean?
I'm telling the truth. I offered you the other side. I offered you the other side. Did I not offer you the other side?
I didn't want
you
any
sat
side.
on the fence, blood.
I didn't want any side.
Hey, Chig, if you offer him one side, he said no. You offer him the other side, he said no. Does he not sit on the fence? That's sitting on the fence, fam. At the highest level, on the biggest boxing fight. You sat on the fence. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's because you know, deep down in your heart, Wilder lost that first fight. That's why you got shook. Fam.
All I'm saying is, if AJ actually beat Fury, if I was
Don't
you,
start looking puzzled at me, blood.
I'll block me on WhatsApp. If I was
me too.
Nah. Don't worry.
You're gonna hate Smug Chig. You're gonna hate Smug Chig. You are gonna hate Smug Chig.
No. I've had.
I still think he loses, but if he wins, shit.
No, listen. I live next door to fucking Ola. You think I ain't had worse than that? You think I ain't had worse than that?
I'll send Ola around. What are we talking about? I'll send Ola around. I'll be like, I don't care if you just finished a 12-hour shift.
You make them
you
bets,
get to Will's house now. Get to Will's house.
You know where you make them bets, yeah? You don't tell your missus, and Ola will come here and start reminding your missus.
Yeah, just want to get more smoke, fam. You know what I mean? Like, you just lost a bad bet. I gotta tell you, this is an everything. Like,
I think Ola would bet against you. I think he'd bet AJ.
I'll back
no,
AJ.
I've got a video of him saying it was just for the camera. He only says this.
You're a dickhead, blood. Come on, man. You ain't got that video, blood. You ain't got that video.
AJ Fury, you don't want no smoke.
Nah, man. I said I don't. I said I don't want no. Nah, bro.
Okay, if you want next week, yeah, I'll send it to Chig, yeah. Then we can see if you moonwalk.
Chig sent this video already, man.
I ain't seen that.
I didn't send that one. I didn't say it was the same night too. It was that same.
Oh,
night.
was I talking that much crud? Was I talking that much crud? All right. That must have been on the rum. I must have been on the rum.
He said he don't want no AJ. He don't want no AJ. He don't want no AJ Fury. He don't want it. He says he don't want it. He don't want it. He knows what's gonna happen. Yeah, he goes, it's all for camera. It's all for camera. I didn't want to see. I keep your stuff secret, yeah. But you expose me too much, so I gotta bring you out too.
We're setting fire. We're fire now.
Yo, I've been trying to keep everything like. There's so many deep things I keep, like, you know what I mean. I don't want to bring.
I remember what video you're talking about now. The one Gilly took in it. That's the one Gilly took, and I said, take that video down. I remember that video down.
Confirmed.
I remember that video down.
So you went to check the video.
I went to check it. I thought he was looking at his phone.
No. I was just talking to the chat, but yeah, he's not coming back to me. That's the one. That's the one where I said to him, boy, yeah, but I didn't want no Irish people after me, blood. I love Irish people, man. Come on, blood. You know what I mean? I love you Irish people, you know what I mean? Including Conor. I love Conor McGregor, man. You know what I mean? I love all of you, man. It's all love, man. You know what I mean?
See, who's moonwalking now, Miss Melina? Who's moonwalking now, Miss Melina? Come on, tell me, Miss Melina. Who's moonwalking? You need to make the costume shoes.
I'm still getting you a jumper with fucking moonwalking on it, with Michael Jackson shoes on it.
Melina, if you got a size in Ola's pair, Ola needs some moonwalking shoes still.
In it today, Ola's name's MJ.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you beat well in the moonwalking today. You did.
Man.
Oh man. But guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Considering I didn't know what this show was gonna be about, we did an hour 51 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I think you enjoyed it from the comments.
I think so. Please do stick a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll be back next week. I'll probably have more stuff to talk about. So just keep it locked. Stay with us. Take care. Peace.
Salute.